Man, we're riding all over, like Montana, and then we're gonna come down the coast. We're gonna flog these little 250s and see how they hold up. I'm here with George.
Yes.
And he rode up from Arizona on his Zongshen. How do you like it?
I love it because I started out with small bikes, so it's nice that I can go back to that.
You know, it looks big, so you don't look stupid on it. You know, it looks like a full size.
It does.
Which I like.
Does.
I ask everybody because it's the first thing on their mind. Chinese crap.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. And I say yes not because it's Chinese crap. I say yes because that's what people say. But it's good.
All right, so you got the two screens, the filter, and you got a drain. Normally there's a skid plate here. All right, here's screen one. All right, now the idea is to tilt the bike up. Filter goes in, nice and pretty. Take a look at the O-ring, looks good. We would normally rinse that out, but we're on the road here, so I don't see any big chunks of anything. These two, you want to be pretty careful with. Just snug them up. Ooh, yeah, I could see where you could strip those. There. All right, we're ready for oil. I'm with Justin. Justin is the owner of a Zongshen. You bought one of the first ones.
I did.
Right? And you're doing some off-roading on this thing.
Yeah.
You got different tires and things like that. Tell me about these bags.
They're really nice. They're kind of like a Pelican case.
What's that?
Let me see. On this one, this is my tools compartment. And on the top case, I have all my rain gear, extra layers, water bottles. I got all my clothes for 4 or 5 days on the road.
So is there like a weight rating?
Not that I know of.
So
weight rating is as much as you can put in them.
We're with Joe Burke. He's the PR guy, part-time engineer. He does pretty much everything for CSC motorcycles. This is a Zongshen motorcycle.
Correct.
And it's CSC logoed on it. How does that work? What's that relationship?
Okay, well, the motorcycle, as you mentioned, is manufactured by Zongshen. What they do in most of their export markets, not all, but most of them, is they have the organization that's bringing the motorcycle in brand it with their brand.
You guys do some different things, right?
Yes, that's correct. Some other export markets also use EFI. China uses EFI on their RX3s. Other countries have carburetors instead of a fuel injection. Our motorcycle has a 17-inch rear wheel. The domestic market in China and some other countries have a 15-inch. Our motorcycle has a 300-watt alternator. To my knowledge, all the other motorcycles have a 220 watt. Instead of having an off parking light and headlight switch on the right handlebar, we use that switch and made it off, accessory 1 and accessory 2. And underneath this seat, we include two 12-volt accessory outlets that are controlled by that switch.
So it comes like this with bags, trunk, windshield, crash bars, that's all stock.
We don't call them crash bars. They're called guards now because
Guards.
it's more politically correct.
Well, there's liability to consider.
Well, there's that too, I guess. The short answer is yes, with one exception. This is my personal RX3. I've ridden it all over. I've been up and down Baja. I'm on this Western American tour. The only thing on my motorcycle that is not stock is the sheepskin seat cover that we offer as an accessory that works real well on long trips. And I've got a couple of really cool decals for the adventure rides that we've taken.
I saw those. Now you have to go on the adventure to get those decals, don't you?
Yes, yeah, we just don't pass those out.
I want to buy one. I live in Podunk. Not that there's anything wrong with Podunk. How do I get the bike? What do you do?
Okay, pick up the phone, shoot us an email, tell us you want to have a motorcycle.
CSC, the importer.
That's us, right?
For all of North America.
For all of North America,
Okay.
the United States and Canada. We've been approved all over the U.S., all 50 states.
And Canada.
And we are in the approval process for Canada.
Now I send you the money.
Okay, so you send us the money. What we're going to do is ship the motorcycle to you. The motorcycle is going to come to you fully assembled, and you have to put the windshield on, and I believe that's it. Everything else is...
The wheels are on, the brakes, the handlebars, got oil in it.
It's been test ridden, it's got oil. The only thing it doesn't have in it is gasoline.
So theoretically, I pour gas in it, hit the button, and go.
There's no theoretical to it.
So now I get the bike,
Yes, sir.
and something doesn't work. There's no dealers. You're the main dealer.
That's right. There's no dealers. It's a 2-year unlimited mileage warranty.
2 years, if I drive 100,000 miles, it's still under.
We're going to give you a medal that says you've done well. If you have a warranty problem, you pick up the phone, call us. If it's a part that you know you need, something's failed on it, basically we're on the honor system. We're going to express one out to you, and off it goes. We'd ask that you send the part back to us just because we have to justify to Zongshen that these parts are really needed.
I don't work on bikes. I don't know nothing about bikes.
You don't want to
Yeah.
work on bikes. You can tell us an independent shop in your area that you'd like to work with, and we'll set it up to you. If it's a warranty repair, we'll arrange with that local shop in your area to perform the work. It'll be billed direct to us. You bring the bike to him. All the
I don't have to
financial
pay his
shenanigans,
labor.
Nothing.
Well, it sounds pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. We're having a lot of fun with these motorcycles, Joe.
With Mark Waters, he's picked us up back there in what town was that?
It was LeGrand.
LeGrand. He bought this bike, you told me, for your wife?
Yeah, we originally got it for my wife because she's a new rider. And we wanted something that, well, it was the only adventure bike out there that would fit a shorter person. And she was coming from a dual sport bike, and she wanted something that would work better on the street.
A little more street oriented.
A little more street oriented, a lot more comfortable on the streets, even more comfortable, I think, than my DRZ 400 Suzuki.
So
on the street.
you're pretty big. How's it?
6'1", 200
Yeah.
pounds.
And it's comfortable?
It's actually really comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know, on a dual sport, a tall dual sport, you kind of sit on top of it. This feels more like you sit down in it. And you do sacrifice, you know, going from a dual sport to an adventure bike like this with more limited suspension travel, you do sacrifice some ability to really attack the off-road, the rougher off-road stuff. You can't go into it with as much speed. But I think the whole idea of these is the smaller bike like this. It's like when people like tour in the Himalaya on through India on bullets.
Yeah.
You know, they're not real fast, but they'll go anywhere. It's kind of goes back to the idea of a do anything sort of a motorcycle,
like an old DT1 or something.
Yeah,
you know?
And it doesn't prioritize speed, it prioritizes economy, capability. I mean, you get like 60 to 80 miles per gallon. It's just really fun to ride. I actually think I like riding this more than my F800 GS Adventure.
You guys all sound like you work for the company, and you don't.
I don't, no.
I think this bike is pretty good. I will buy one after I come back to China.
More than I was expecting.
I can't believe we haven't blown these motors up.
Yeah, now we have more than 5,000 miles
Yeah?
and my bike is working like the first day.
The Zongshen's really running good.
The motor is strong, you can't blow it up, but there is a few problems. I'll go through the list here, get it all out of the way so we can get back to positive stuff. The front brake isn't really all that good. I don't know if it's the pads or the size of the rotor. The rotor looks big enough, but it's just not a very good front brake. And it develops a coating on it that when you lightly apply the brake, it feels like the friction level of the disc changes, so you get kind of a lightly applied slow fast type thing. Possibly new pads would fix it. We had a lot of trouble with batteries. 4 of the 10 batteries fail. When you order your Zongshen, make sure you get a different battery. My chain is shot. It's got 7,000. I think you should get at least 10,000 out of an O-ring chain, especially on a 250. Headlight bulbs tend to blow out. We've blown out about 4 headlight bulbs.
How do you like your Zongshen?
Oh, we love it. We love
How
it.
long have you had it?
We had it from the first shipment.
Did you buy it from these guys?
Yes, we did. Every one of these bikes should ship with a business card.
Yeah.
Because every time I stop to get fuel, people are walking over and saying, I don't know what that is, but I want to know more. So if we had
So
a
then
business
you don't
card,
got to talk to them. You could just say, here.
I want to go ride.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to go ride. But I also want to share it too, because it's,
Cool.
it's been a great product for us.
That's it down there. It's a real city. It's not just a town full of jerky guys drinking and crashing and falling over their bikes. We're up in Yellowstone Park,
Yes.
and we had to leave at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy. So it was like,
I get up from the bed in 4 o'clock.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 30 degrees back there. I think this thing was called the Guppy or something. I forget what it was called. So they're in there taking photos, and pretty soon you'll be able to buy one of these built in China for about $75. We are now at about 3,500 miles. This is a single overhead cam engine with 4 valves, lock nut and screw adjusters. So that makes it a lot easier to do the maintenance on it. A 6-speed transmission, so it cruises along nicely at 75. On the dash, you've got speed, miles per hour or kilometer reset here for the odometer, and of course your low fuel light, your blinkers, your neutral light, your check engine light. These voids here can be filled. They sell an accessory cigarette lighter and a 5-volt USB port that fits in right there. If you need any more information, you're too anal. These bolts were replaced. This bike's been to Baja, so these fell out. It's got electric start, nice looking little engine. This is a little overflow tube that comes out of your air box. It mostly fills up with gas. Every now and then you got to drain this thing. It's like a teaspoon of gas, and we're running them pretty high RPM. It's liquid cooled. It's got a radiator on this side and a radiator on that side. There's a little electric fan under here. Oxygen sensor right here. Coolant recovery bottle up under here. Oil level window, which isn't really big enough. There's a Boss. Looks like you could put a Kickstarter in it. Rear master cylinder, all one unit. Looks pretty nice. Got a little window. LED tail light. This has the optional center stand. The rear suspension has adjustment for dampening it. I guess it controls compression and rebound. It has LED blinkers. The headlight's just a H4, whatever it is, common. Cast, shifter, and brake. Real nice looking castings on it.
Today, we're going to leave here, make a right turn on 101. It's 130 miles from here to San Francisco.
If you're going to San Francisco.
Left side, you've got a high beam, low beam, and an emergency flasher, and a little high beam flasher, turn indicator, center push off, which is a little crunchy feeling, but it's kept working. It just doesn't feel as nice as I'd like. Horn. Over on the right side, you've got the engine kill, A1, A2 switch, which is very nice. Starter, key switch, it has a fork lock. All right, we're in Santa Maria, and the bikes ran all the way, about 5,000 miles. We only got a couple hundred miles to go. I'm pretty well impressed with the Zongshen. You're just gonna have to get over the Chinese thing, or don't get over it. It's up to you. If you just can't wrap your mind around a Chinese bike, then don't buy one. It's kind of like a futuristic way of selling it. There's no dealers, everything's online. This is the future. There's no more bricks and mortar.